This is the Gold DAO Crypto one-year overview reading for the year of 2025. It's currently December 10th, 2024, 2:03 p.m. Eastern Time. Gold DAO at the time of this reading, just under 5 cents USD, 0.04625. The shuffle video for the Gold DAO reading was created on August 4th, 2024 at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. The overall theme and behavior for Gold DAO, we have a decline, a sideways fluctuating decline preceding a rally. It's crossed with a decline on a one-year chart scale that increases with momentum moving forward in time. Behavior around the high side, we should see a significant amount of sideways rotation near the high side for 2025. Behavior around the lowest low, we've got 3 crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level. The third cross usually to the upside, confirming a bullish trend, and usually when you see the virtue card in the low significator position, you'll see the low 2 to 3 times. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill, and we do that by following through on the rule of karma, which is a threefold agreement between the universe and anybody utilizing this information for personal gain. There's nothing wrong with utilizing this for personal gain as long as you're simultaneously helping other people to use this. So let's make sure that we follow through on the rule of karma, and the way that we do that, we go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, click on resources, and then 5% of any profits from information in this channel should be donated forward to a charity, and you can utilize one of these links right here. It's super easy, just click and donate, or if you've got a charity of your choosing, that's cool too. Just make sure you pay it forward. That keeps the flow of abundance going through the universe, and it effectively transmutes competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. Imagine if everybody was doing that, how much better the world would be. And then 5% of the profit should be donated forward to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use this app Wise, it's very reliable, or you can use crypto. If you click on the crypto tab, you've got all of these different QR codes. You can donate in a bunch of different cryptos. Really great way to help out the channel. It's the right thing to do. It keeps it interesting, especially because I don't get to trade that often because it takes so much time just to do this information. So this keeps it interesting. It's a way to say thank you. All of that leaves you with 90%, way more than a stockbroker would leave you with. Make sure to spend that money out of love. That's the third fold of the threefold agreement, the rule of karma. As long as you follow those rules, the universe considers you an angel investor of the channel. It's going to set it back to tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get back into it. Now, I'm going to get into the week-by-week chart behavior, but before I do that, I just want to make sure you're aware. In early January, we have a decline that offers opportunity to open up a long position. Looks like by mid-January, we have a move to the upside, possibly even like a breakout to its highest high for the year thus far. And then later January, looks like we decline back down through multiple support levels, likely to see the January low twice, but what we should see is sideways rotation, equal amounts of bulls and bear inflow and outflow near the lows for January, so likely we'll see it twice, so like we've moved to the upside and come back down sort of thing. Behavior in early February, we have out of a prominent trough on a one-year chart scale, a rally along a diagonal trend line breaking through horizontal resistance and another resistance before pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. Near the February high, we should have a breakout on a multi-day scale. Behavior around the later part of February, rally along a diagonal trend line ends with a fast sudden move higher and then a breakdown through a diagonal trend line with increasing volatility on the way down. Behavior around the lowest low for February, a failed attempt to break through key resistance that we expect to break through based on technicals. Instead, we turn around and we decline through key support. So what I'm seeing here is out of an early trough of February, there's a move along a diagonal trend line to the upside. We have a false breakout with a fast sudden move higher with a false breakout creating the February high, and then we break down through the diagonal trend line with increasing volatility on the way down. And that false breakout will be through like a price level that we expect to break through. Now in early March, we have a rally offering opportunity to open up a short position. I'll talk about that in more detail in the later part of this video. Behavior around the March high, we have an important resistance level that we failed to break through many times before, highlighted, and usually you'll see a notable decline from that resistance, not all the time. Behavior around the March low. We have the prudence card in the March low, indicating some sort of tricky chart behavior there. I'm advised to be cautious there, not to do the wrong thing, either multiple false bottoms or some whipsaw action, something like that. But the later part of March, it looks like we're rallying out of a trough that probably happens in the second week of March. We rally out of that, increasing with momentum moving forward into a failed attempt to break through key resistance somewhere around the cusp of March or in early April or in early April, where we have this failed attempt to break through key resistance followed by decline through key support. Multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance near the April low, and there's a move higher through key resistance and reach the April high, and then a full retracement of that move back down. And then it looks like the later part of April, we have a decline that ends with a fast sudden move higher. So it looks like from mid-April we decline into a trough right around the end April, and then there's this big move to the upside, ending that decline right there at the end of April, maybe like even into early May. There's an important range that's highlighted. We have a prominent trough on a one-year chart scale around the cusp of April, May, and we have important range that's highlighted in the early part of May. Notable rally into that range. The May high forms when we have a big move higher, reaching for a distant resistance. The May low, behavior around the May low, we have a sideways fluctuating rally that precedes a decline, and then in the later part of May, we have a notable move to the upside. That'll really stand out on a one-year chart. Could be a gap up, or it could be out of oversold territory. It looks like that probably doesn't hold, and we end up in a decline, increasing with momentum moving forward into early June. A June low early on in June. The Princess of Wands indicating a rally out of that low, offering opportunity to open up a short and indicating that we're likely going to go lower or revisit that low. And it looks like we'll probably go slightly lower in the later part of June. The behavior around the June high, we have a prominent move higher, full retracement. We have an unexpected move to the upside in early June. And then in the later part of June, another move to the upside, full retracement, like a pop and a drop, and a prominent trough early June, prominent peak late June. In early July, we have sideways rotation, a fast sudden move higher, and then more sideways rotation at a higher price level. It looks like we established higher, like a new support out of what was once resistance at the July high, probably like either the first week or the third week, or maybe both, because it could be sideways rotation there. Yeah, probably sideways rotation there. So the first week and probably the third week as well. And then there's a lot of price change to the downside after that third week into a trough in probably the last week of July. A lot of price change, a prominent peak and a prominent trough on a one-year chart scale within close time proximity to each other. And the July low, we have sideways rotation ending with a fast sudden move higher. Or not necessarily ending with a fast sudden move higher, but sideways rotation and then a fast sudden move higher out of the low. Behavior around the behavior around early August, we have a prominent peak and a prominent trough taking place in early August. And from that peak, we should have a decline in early August, a prominent peak with a sharp decline, one of the biggest declines of the year, taking us into a prominent trough on a one-year chart scale mid-August. We attempt to establish support, likely with some sideways rotation near the August high, and then there's a crest in the later part of August that we sell off from, down to and through support. We do a U-shaped reversal below that support, come back and reuse it as support. An important trough or bottom of some kind highlighted in the early part of September. Looks like we probably have some decline into that trough in early September. There's an intentional fake out or shake out, some sort of tricky chart behavior near the September low, so be careful not to do the wrong thing impulsively. The September high forms where we have a rally that's halted by a sharp decline through key support on a one-year chart scale. And the later part of September, we have a prominent move higher through key resistance. We stay above it briefly, break back down through it shortly thereafter with a full retracement. So it may be that we have a prominent, or maybe that we have a move higher through key resistance into the cusp, like creating a peak around the cusp of September, October, and then that full retracement back down in the early part of October is what I'm sensing. A trough in like the second week, the end of the first or the beginning of the second week of October, and our decline into that trough offering opportunity to open up a long position. I'll talk about in more detail in the paid version or in the total access version of this video. There's also a speaker near that low in October that can be relied upon and trusted. We have a brief peak that's easily missed near the October high. It's followed by a decline through multiple support levels, taking us into a trough probably the third week. The October low forms where we have a rally into key resistance. We stay there, we hit that resistance, and then we break down with consecutive lower spikes up on the way down into that trough in probably the third week. The decline there in October, it looks like it probably bottoms out, at least temporarily, in like the third week, maybe the end of the third week, the beginning of the fourth week of October. And then we have this unexpected move to the upside and really stand out, taking us back to a prominent peak, likely to be slightly higher than the peak that was on the cusp of September, October. From that peak, it looks like there's an important resistance level on a one-year chart scale highlighted, maybe even on a multi-year scale highlighted in early November or on the cusp of October, November, no, in early November, and we should decline from that resistance and then return to it at least once in the month of December, in the month of November. There's a November low and a prominent trough on a one-year chart scale in probably the second week of November, and the November high will form with a big move to the upside into that key resistance that I was just talking about in the earlier part of November. It looks like we probably revisit it in later November or in early December, probably later November, where we do kind of like flat behavior into December. And in December, there's three pokes through the same trend line, probably that resistance followed by a sharp drop through after that third poke. Sharp drop in the December low forms within a notable period of volatility. A lot of price change into the December low. The later part of December, we should see bearish price swings and or a sharp drop on a one-year chart scale. And we have a notable reversal near the December high that'll really stand out on a one-year chart scale. The sneak preview for 2026, it's either right at the end, after these bearish price swings, sharp drop at the end of December, we have a big move to the upside starting there, or it's going to be in early 2026. We have this big move to the upside. It's a fast move. Do not miss out on that. I'll talk about it in more detail in the total access version. Normally at this point in the video, I'll review the previous year's reading, but this is the first gold DAO reading that we're doing, so really nothing to review there. So instead, I'll show you guys how to get the total access version of this video, and all one-year videos for that matter. And then we'll come back, and I'll give you one of the best trades that I see for the year. To get the timing of the highest highs and lowest lows to the week, as well as all of the trades that we see, or that we expect to see throughout the year, that's all stuff that you also get in the total access version of this video. Not to mention, you get the Discord trade alerts for GLDGOV and any live updated TradingView charts. It's not on TradingView yet, but probably will be soon. All right, guys, I've been talking a lot about the total access pass. If you're interested in stepping it up a notch with the channel, really following through on some of these more long-term trades and making some serious dough, the reason being is that it's more effective information when you have me helping to guide you along with it. I've been doing this for 25 years now. So the live Discord trade alerts and the updated TradingView charts, huge part of the importance of the total access pass, and that gives you access to all of that stuff. So the way that you get it, you go to our website, tarotfortraders.com, hover over order now, click on subscriptions. It's under subscriptions. It's not actually subscription. It's kind of like the upgrade from our monthly subscription to the total access pass. This is $3,000 for a year of access. And it gives you, basically, it gives you access to everything on the site. All of the one-year readings, all of the trades, which is like something like 50, 20, 25 one-year readings, and it's October. There's going to be more. You know, all of those trades and the alerts and the charts for that, as well as the monthly access with the monthly readings by the day for all of those top popular tickers in crypto, all of that stuff, and then even access to the paid versions of our altcoin picker readings and our stock market picker readings for 2025. All that stuff, guys. All of that stuff. Total access pass, 1 year payment, and what you're doing is you're helping the channel to kind of like what we're looking to do is. And what you're helping to do, guys, is help fund the channel throughout 2025 by throwing that dough our way. We work night and day. You can look at the times of these videos to help you out and to spread the message that you can use extrasensory perception practically and regularly in the real world with effectiveness. We're doing it every single day, and this is proof. You're a big part of that. Without you, we couldn't do it. So bless and thank you for everybody that goes out and does that. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see some of you on the total access version, where we get into the best trades and the timing of the highs and the lows. Later. Now, I'm going to give you one of the best trades I see for the year of 2025, but it's important to understand, guys, the timing of these trades, plus or minus 2 weeks of wiggle room in some cases. We're usually on point to the week, but there may be cases where you need to give it wiggle room. So it's important. What you want to do is look for the chart behavior leading into the entry. And if you don't see the chart behavior as expected leading into the entry, then don't get into this trade. Really, you shouldn't trade this information without the Discord trade alerts and live updated trading view charts, because those are like game changing tools, my friends. Anyhow, so we've got this prominent move higher through key resistance, creating a peak briefly around the cusp of September, October, and then a breakdown through that price level back down for the full retracement into a trough there around the end of the first week or the beginning of the second week of October. And that would be your entry point, provided we see that prominent move higher and full retracement, right? Open it in stages. And I would say, provided that we're at like a lower price level in the later part of October, probably the third week, that's where I would complete the long position. You could close out of it as early as the resistance that we see in early November, or you could hold it into a more long-term position. If you choose to close out of it in November, you'll likely have more than one opportunity. So what you want to look for is this unexpected move out of the bottom, out of that trough in October, this unexpected move higher into key resistance on at least the 1 year chart scale, probably multi-year in November, right? Then we decline from that resistance, we should return back to it. So if you miss that resistance, wait for the drop and the return back. It'll either take place in November or it'll take place in December. But I highly recommend waiting and holding this into 2026. And that's Gold DAO, GLDGOV, crypto for 2025. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You know where to go. You know what to do. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one.